Is it recording? I think so. Happy New Year, everyone. This is the Move It team call for January 4th. Very excited to be back and be able to meet with you guys. Sorry about the really bad lighting. I look like I'm half dead, but I'm in a new office. Had to kick my brother out of his room because he's moving and it's not completely set up yet. So hopefully as I progress and helping him move his stuff out, I'll be able to figure out the lighting and get better lighting so I don't look like a zombie. Not exactly a good picture of health right here. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about mainly the health bet that's coming up because there's been some questions about that and how to promote it, and there's also been, hey, my life is really chaotic, I can't put a lot of effort forth that I used to. So we're going to kind of piggyback a couple ideas off of each other to kind of hopefully help you guys get started off on the right foot for the new year in your business. So with that, I apologize, I am not as prepared as I wanted to be. My job, I wound up working, thanks, those are my dad's, my stepdad's, he's big into guitars. So anyways, work ran later than I thought it was. I was supposed to be off at 3, didn't get off till 4, and then had to pick up a kid, and so I don't have slides like I wanted to, so bear with me. I am going to, that's a new message. I am going to do my best. So I did get a job, and the reason why is because it's taking Chris some time to find a job. He has a very specific skill set, and it makes it challenging for him to find a job that pays enough. And to find a job that his skill set has, they don't pay enough in this area, unfortunately, to make an hour commute worth it. So right now he's driving Lyft, which is why he's not on the call tonight. He's been doing that to supplement income, and he's interviewing with the State Highway Patrol. So it's a little bit of a longer process, which means that I've had to get a job in the meantime to help supplement income. So which is fine. It's a 30-hour a week or 30-hour a week job, and it's busy, so it is great. I have flexibility. I can't complain. I'm very lucky, and it's local, so if something happens to my kids, I can pick them up. Whereas when I was living in Washington before, it was an hour commute. So for example, one time Jacob had severe peanut allergies, and it took me an hour to get home to take him to the hospital. So yeah, decided this time around that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, I did get a job just for a little bit. As soon as Chris gets hired on, we will look at where things are at and see if I can quit and do full-time again, because the goal is for me to be able to be home with the kids, coach full-time. We both agree that that's how our family works best, is if I'm home taking care of the kids and him. And so yeah, we'll see. It's nothing has worked out the way I wanted to with this move, but nothing ever does, right? We just have to make do. So with that, I did have a few notes on how to start off. So as you guys have noticed, I have scaled back my activity a lot, significantly, in the last 6 months. The move to Washington took a bigger toll on me than I thought it ever could have. I thought I was going to move up here, help my mom, stay home with the kids, everything was going to be great. And as you guys have seen, and I've talked to some of you, I've been sick literally for since I moved up here with one thing or another, because I have fibromyalgia, and because certain environmental things that could not have been predicted prevented me from being able to keep up with what I was doing when I was living in Utah. So it's been really hard to find the time to be all in with coaching. And in that spirit, I've kind of taken a step back, and in talking to a couple of you guys, I've taken a step back, and I've looked at what I can do to still be active and still, work the Beachbody business, but not spend, more than an hour a day on it. Just kind of going back to being a hobby coach, essentially, but doing it my way, because every time I've tried to do it any other way, it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do tonight is, in that spirit, I'm going to give you guys an I'm crazy busy guide to coaching. It's going to be very minimalistic. It's going to be very simple, but at the same time, it's going to be effective and help you reach out to people and at least create new leads and new ways to help people in general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with talking about the health bet, because that's the thing that we have coming up most urgently. It starts Monday, which Beachbody did that because they wanted to capitalize on all the people making New Year's health goals, but at the same time, it leaves us coaches who tended to take time off during the holidays to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this. So what we're doing is, thank you, good luck for the job, and I hate moving too. I'm sure you do it a lot. You're student. Your husband's a student, which means you're a student too. So I will address your question about coaches getting paid. So with the health bet, it starts January 9th. And Chanel, this is actually the challenge that you first started with. It was the first one that you did for free. And actually you were a prime, I'm going to make a little example of you. You're a prime example of what I hope to accomplish with other customers. Chanel's a little different. She already had a keen idea of what Beachbody was. She already kind of knew about the products and everything. She just wasn't fully ready to commit to it. But I think I can say that being in that challenge group kind of helped her see the value in it and made her want to go all in. So I may be referring to you a couple times because, I don't, a lot of coaches are very cutthroat. They are only like, okay, if you want to do this, you have to commit fully. I tend to be more of the attitude of, I want to help everyone no matter where they're at. If they start off free, that's fine. If they want to go all in, great, wonderful. But everyone has to start someplace, and everyone has a different personality, and you really just have to get to know that personality. So with the health bet, I'm going to take you step by step what I've done as far as inviting and what the plan is going forward with this health bet. So just to kind of recap and summarize, the health bet is a bet that Beachbody runs. Everyone who buys a challenge pack or Shakeology to sign up for this, that money gets pooled into a pot. And then everyone who participates, meaning they log 5 workouts a week and 5 Shakeologies a week and 3 workouts a week, they qualify to get a piece of that cash prize. Now, the last time we did it, I'm going to be honest, it was kind of a slap in the face, because the people that qualified, they only got $16. And the people that didn't qualify, it was because, and I was one of them, honestly, is because they had their week a little different than a standard week. They went, I want to say they went Sunday to Saturday or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to myself log every day no matter what, so I can at least get a little piece of that. And I'm going to instruct my customers not to lie, but to log every day, just to make sure that they get a piece of that. Because I had a couple coaches and a couple customers were like, I did it, I worked out, 5 times a week and I worked out, or I drink my Shakeology 5 times a week. Why didn't I qualify? Well, it's because of that clause. So basically, if you log in the Tracker app that you did your Shakeology and you worked out, you qualify for a cash pot. And as the cash pot grows, you get, obviously, hopefully this time will be more than $16. And it obviously was successful enough that Beachbody decided to do it again. So that in and of itself makes it worth it to do it. So what I did, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see. I'm sure you've seen this post already, but just for the sake of the call, I want to share it. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Thumbs up? Okay. Let me go to my Facebook. Sorry, my computer's been a little wonky. So what I did is I capitalized kind of on the whole New Year beginning, making goals, and honestly, a lot of it was honest. This was the first time that I decided really that I wasn't going to make New Year's goals. I was going to start focusing on habits. And the most important thing to me as a businesswoman, as a person, is to get my health back under control, because I just have gained more weight than I like to admit during this time of transition. So I'm going to scroll. Hopefully I can find that post real fast. You guys get to see everything that I posted. Yay. Okay, so here it is. So essentially what I did is I made a very heartfelt post saying I only have one goal this year, and that's to get my health back in order. And from that, people saw that, and they saw that they were able to connect with that, even though I'm a coach, I'm struggling. I've had things come up that was not expected, but now that life is normalizing a little, I want to take control. From there, and I posted an invite in my fitness nutrition support group, a soft invite, just, hey, this is what I'm doing. If you're interested, let me know. And from there, I gained some interest in that group, obviously, because those people they're already interested in nutrition and health because they're in there. But I also, got good comments on that. I had people that are consistent customers. I've had people who support me. I have people who have been on the fence for a long time that are reaching out because of it. And then today, and I know Lynn's used this one, but it's been circulating. My coach Kate posted it, and it's worked very well. Today I posted, curious, if you were to get paid money to work out 3 times a week, drink a superfood shake 5 times a week, and log it all in a Tracker app for 4 weeks starting in January, would you do it? Now, I got more of a response from this post than I have in any other soft invite that I've done, and any really invite. I mean, I've had more than 13 comments, had 20 people like it. A lot of times I've shared an event and I've gotten no response. So, so sometimes just creating a creative question, very, very half-assed, just like, hey, throw it out there, gets you the best response. And those are all people that I will follow up with. I mean, even the lady who sold me my puppy posted that she's interested. So just putting it out there is definitely a good way if you don't have time to create an event, and if you don't have time to message a bunch of people or create leads of your own. So this is definitely a good way to, reach out. And the reason why I'm focusing on this is because this is probably not the last time that they'll do the health bet. Excuse me. Obviously, them doing it twice, they see value in it. They've seen results from it, which means they'll probably continue to keep doing these health bets until they stop seeing value in it. So that's that. That's the invite process. From there, and obviously cater these posts to your own personal experiences and make it heartfelt, make it genuine. You know, you can copy and paste my post about being the heaviest I've been in a while, but that's not going to get you results if you're not the heaviest you've been in a while, obviously. So personalize your post to you and your situation, but definitely always make it heartfelt. From there, after you follow up with everyone who's commented, who's shown interest, categorize them. And in the follow-up, you want to find out their goals. So there's a couple scripts in the Move It Coaches group under files if you are completely lost and don't know what to say to these people. But the best thing that has always worked for me is, hey, thank you for your interest in my post, or hey, thank you for your interest in my challenge. What interests you in it? Find out why they want to do it. A lot of times it's because of weight. A lot of times it's because they know that they need to eat healthier and they need help figuring out how. From there, I validate their responses by saying, oh, this challenge will definitely help you. Tell me more. Do you have any physical limitations? Ask probing questions to find out where they really need help. And a lot of times people will give you clues in their responses. Like one lady today, we've been messaging back and forth, and she told me that she has been out of getting healthy for a while and she just really wants to get back into it. This lady already has the 21-day fix containers and booklet that goes with it. She doesn't have the workouts, but she already has the containers and booklet. Me personally, I don't feel comfortable, even though I gave her the option to buy another thing, I don't feel comfortable requiring that she do that. And she already told me that she wasn't going to be able to buy Shakeology because of her budget. So I didn't pressure her. I didn't worry about it. I truly wanted to get to the bottom and help her. I gave her the option of the Beachbody On Demand, and she said, is there any other way? And I kept asking questions. What do you mean? Is there any other way? Are you not ready to work out? Are you, what's going on? And come to find out she had a knee replacement and she was feeling a little pressured. So what I said to her was, hey, look, this is the options. You can buy a challenge pack, you can buy, or just buy Shakeology, and you can qualify for the prize. If you can't do that, then buy a workout program, and I will have own small prizes that I contribute along the way. If you still can't do that, sign up for Beachbody On Demand for the month trial, and I will work with you with what you have already. And here's the key that turned her from being kind of standoffish to, okay, I'm going to do it. Because even after I told her about the trial, she asked if there was any other way. I said, look, I understand you've been through a lot. Even if you don't do anything, I still want to help you because I believe that I can. And then she went from, is there any other options, to, no, let's do this. I want to try and work out. Because I showed faith that I could help her, she was willing to commit, and she signed up for the free Beachbody On Demand. Now, she's not going to qualify for the prize, for the cash prize, and she understands that. But I've created a new relationship. I've created a new lead, much like I did with Chanel, and she will be in that challenge group. She will be in my challenge tracker app just so I can monitor her, and she will hopefully find the value in Shakeology the way Chanel did, and those seeds will be planted and go forth from there. And if not, The only thing I have left to lose is time and the benefit of helping someone get their health back on track. I would rather help someone get their health back on track than, anything. It makes me a terrible businesswoman. I'm going to be quite honest, but it also makes me very rich in life because of the impact I can have on people. So the one thing I can say, and I don't have a script, I can work on a script, and I probably will post a script because I know we will be doing health bets. Find out the true need of your customer. Get back to basics, get back to helping people. Don't make it about the sale, because that will come later once they learn to trust you. And this person, honestly, she's a complete stranger. I haven't had any conversations with her. And I would rather have a free Beachbody on-demand customer because more than likely she's going to find value from doing the streaming workouts for free, and she'll want to keep that membership. And I'm not saying don't go for the challenge pack. Just give people options. Make it their choice. If they, and I did offer a free packet of Shakeology if she hadn't tried it. And she told me, she was very honest. She said, oh, I did try it. I really liked it. I just can't imagine spending that much money. Fine. I'm not going to pressure her. I'm really trying to get back to no pressure and just getting back to helping people. So you figure out who's going to be in your group and what they're going to do. And I will say you can add people to my Challenge Tracker app group. I will, when I have it set up, I will let everyone know. You just give me the emails of your customers. The only thing I ask is that you make sure that they are signed up under you first, because if you have them just have me just send the email and they're not signed up under you for the free membership, they will be assigned to me. And then you will have to deal with the headache of having them switched over to you. And I don't want that. I really don't want your customers. I don't want to have to track that down and, help you get them switched over to you. That's no good for either one of us, really. It doesn't help anyone. So that's the only thing I ask. And if you want to do your own Challenge Tracker group, fine, wonderful, do it. But I want you to have the option of being able to add people to my group as well, because there are strength in numbers.
Hey, Jen, can I ask a question really quick?
No, sorry, I have the chat turned off. I was going to address it later.
No, you're fine. I didn't chat anything. Just a quick question. When you say sign up under me, does that mean just sign up on the Team Beachbody, the free one?
Yes.
Okay.
If they're not going to buy anything, if you don't send them a link to any of your products, because I think I sent you the Simple Coach links, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, they're around here somewhere.
where you plug in your Coach ID and it generates a link for whatever product you want.
Maybe not. Maybe I haven't.
Okay, I'll make sure I message it to you.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, if you have customers who are interested but they don't want to buy anything, this is what I tell them. Okay, you're not going to qualify for the Health Bet prize, but you will still see results. You will still have the support, and you have to at least sign up to have me as your coach. And that would be the free membership, Chanel, like you mentioned. And then from there, you can build a relationship and you can help them as well. So in addition to running a group on the Challenge Tracker app, my coach, Kate Chanel, I'll be talking to you about adding her as a friend and joining her coach group later. But my coach, Kate, for a while, her and her husband were pushing people to become leaders on their own and do their own groups, which I kind of already naturally did because I kind of do things my own way. I'm kind of rebellious and a lone wolf in that, right? And Lynn's shocked. That's probably the first she's ever heard me say that. But I like to take ideas from them, and I like to take ideas from other people and and do my own thing because I know what will work for me. And I encourage you guys to do that yourselves. If you don't like what I'm doing, do it yourself. Figure out what works for you. Even if that means, following a different coach that's outside of our upline team. Just, share ideas you learn and things that work for you, because we all want to have success. We all want to find what works for us. But yeah, I kind of followed what they were doing because obviously, Kate and David are very successful, but it wasn't working for me. And when I first started as a coach, I was doing my own free group before they even suggested doing a free group. I was doing my own free challenges before they even suggested it. My first challenge group was not a paid challenge group. There were some people who committed to it, and I got some coaches, my first coaches from it, but it was not. I had some people who were in there for free that eventually upgraded or didn't upgrade, but I was doing that way before Kate and David even came up with that. So I'm going back to that, going back to what works for me. And I'm continually growing and innovating things. So sidebar, but Kate is doing a large challenge group for this health bet, and she has invited me and you guys to add anyone to that on Facebook. So in addition to the Challenge Tracker app, you will have the option to add them to a Facebook group where they will have support from hundreds of people. And again, make sure that they are signed up under you for free, for the free membership at least. So our customers will have a lot of support. They will be interested. They will be successful because of this. Again, if anyone has price objections, I won't go too fully into that because a lot of my coaches on the team are very versed in how to deal with price objections. But if you have questions about price objections, feel free to let me know, message me, and I will help you through that because it is a very common thing. And then I lost my train of thought, dang it. I totally ADD'd. So yeah, so then we'll have that group, those two groups going, so people feel supported. From there, in addition to that, Kate is kind of going back to running things as a team and a large team. So she has her own coach group called Kate's Angels, Kate's SimFit Angels. If you want to be a part of that group and connect with other female coaches, you're more than welcome to. Kate's my best friend. A lot of you know that. But the only thing I don't like is she only likes to really work with women. So if you have any male coaches, their better bet is to join the SimFit Coach Club, which is a very co-ed thing. The SimFit Angels, honestly, is all women, and only women feel comfortable posting in there. But honestly, I work mainly with women aside from my spouse and Lynn's spouse. So it's not really that big of an issue. But if you do come across a male, feel free to add them to the SimFit coaches. And Chanel, if you are ready, and I've kind of held off on doing that because the post can be kind of overwhelming and a lot. But if you are ready to be added to the SimFit Coach Club, I can add you to that as well. The only reason I said, oh, hold on. The only reason I suggest the other coach groups is because sometimes people will post questions that in that group and they won't post it in the my coach's group or whatnot, and you'll think, oh yeah, I did wonder about that. So it's power in numbers, basically. Lynn, what was your question?
Well, it seems like for people to be involved in this challenge, this Beachbody Money, challenge, they're going to have to purchase Shakeology and a program. That's great, but if they were going to start on Monday, we should have already had them purchased.
Right. So, yeah, they would have need to buy by tonight, midnight.
So what do we do with these people that Kevin and I have had several people interested. I wasn't aware, again, I missed the boat again on this.
It's okay, so did I.
Wait.
That's one problem with having these things so short after the holidays is we're all scrambling. Oh wait, what? So here's what I would suggest. And I did this with a couple people from the last challenge that were waiting for their orders. Have them order it, have them start, have them do it. Just, tell them, hey, this starts Monday. Start logging your crap on Monday while you're waiting for your order. Don't add them to the group unless they've, or don't count them for the prize unless they've actually ordered. And it comes down to, you'll know if they're lying, they'll know if they're lying, but that's on them. You kind of have to have trust. Just like I have trust with you guys when you add these people to groups that you're going to, add them appropriately, and vice versa. You guys have trust in me that I'm not going to, take over your customers.
So how do we get them connected into this challenge? How do we do that? Because I'm kind of not sure. At the last time the challenge happened, I let you know who they were and you included them. So
right. So now, are you wanting to do your own group, or are you wanting to add them to my group?
Well, I think Kevin wanted to do his own group. Okay.
So why don't I do this? Why don't I do there's a tutorial that I can find a link for, or I can just set up one and do a video of it so you guys can see how to set it up. Okay. That would probably be the easiest way to explain it, because unfortunately we only got 5 minutes left on this call. So I'll do a video showing you how to set your own group up. If you have any questions after the video, feel free, obviously, to reach out. But it's actually super easy. The only caveat is that you have to do it from a desktop computer.
That's fine.
So yeah. Setting up. Okay, so yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Now, if they still don't want to be a part of the group, if they still are not ready to commit to even working out a meal plan or whatnot, make them a free customer, help them out the best you can. You can give them workout ideas, you can help them figure out their target calorie rate. If you don't know how to do that, you can reach out in the Move It Coaches group, ask questions, or you can private message me, and we can figure it out together. A lot of times, if they're a completely new lead, like a cold lead, they're not going to want to commit to anything, really, because they're skeptical, because they've been burned. So you have to work extra hard to earn those people's trust. And in doing so, you're going to have to prove your value with helping them find out what they need to do to eat healthier, with finding the target calorie rate that they need to be at. And I'd be completely upfront and honest. A lot of people don't like tracking calories. I'm sorry. You eat too much food, you're not going to lose weight. Or you eat too little, you're not going to lose weight. You have to track what you eat. Even Chalene Johnson says that. You have to track what you eat.
She says it's like balancing your checkbook. You need to know how much you got left.
Exactly. And if they're not willing to track that, they're not going to be willing to commit to anything. They're not going to be willing to commit to containers. They're not going to be willing to commit to working out. And there's no point. And that's when you kind of, honestly, with me being so short on time, that's where you just kind of say, sorry, I don't have time for you. Let me, not rudely like that, but let me know when you're ready to commit to that, because honestly, I cannot help you if you're not willing to at least recognize what you're eating. And it's okay to draw boundaries like that, because you don't want to be dragging anyone to get healthy. You want people who are ready, because if you're dragging people to get healthy, they're not going to have results. Prime example, Oprah. I keep seeing her commercials on Weight Watchers, and half of it makes me like mad, and the other half is like, okay, great, she's finally found something that works for her. But Weight Watchers approached her, and if she wasn't ready, it would have totally failed. And she decided to buy the company, so now it's an investment. Now she has a vested interest. So of course she's going to have results.
She drives me nuts.
That's what pisses me off. It's like, oh, okay, we all know why you're doing this. You bought the freaking company.
Yeah.
But, you
I
know,
did not know she bought the company. That explains why she's a spokesperson.
yeah. But on the other hand,
If people aren't willing to commit, you're going to be frustrated when you're dragging them along. Not only are they not going to do it, you will find intense frustration. Because I get that all the time. I get I get that from time to time. People say they want to lose weight, but they're not willing to commit to counting their calories or whatever it is.
yeah.
And you're frustrated because they're not allowing you to lead, basically.
Right. Okay, so we got to wrap this group up. And that's when your free Facebook group where you post tips comes in handy, because you dump them in there, and when they're ready, they'll let you know when they're ready. And sometimes they're never ready. I've had free customers who do my free challenges for like 3+ years. But I still help them when they ask questions. I still try and help them out. Because
She dragged me along for a while. It was like at least a year before I finally got the Shakeology.
Right? But even you, prime example, you weren't like completely active. You approached me and you're like, hey, I'm ready to do this.
Yeah.
You had to be ready, right? And now you're like a rock star. You're posting everything. You're keeping yourself accountable. You've seen results.
Bravo.
I mean, if you weren't ready, that wouldn't have worked, right?
True that.